Hey, this is RobinBeAre's Hands, and today we're going to be reviewing the Droopy Backend 1995 Buick Century. And even though Droopy is another word for like the word damaged or whatever, and looking at the car, well, it just got all droopy in the back, and as you can look at it, the way it was before it got droopy is where it was normal previously, and then it was droopy back then. And looking at the car, and I'm gonna cut the video right here, and I'll be right back. So, see you in a few minutes. Going to the front of the car, where it used to look like back in 1995, where there were square headlights and the square grille, and then on top of the grille is where the Buick symbol was, or the Buick logo was, and also next to the hood of the car. And then right here it says Buick. And then also on the left side of the Droopy Backend 1995 Buick Century is the turn light where my dad replaced it back in 2019, right before it got in the crash, and it got all droopy and damaged. And then on the other side, on the right side, where it didn't get kicked by someone, or a rock did not hit it, and yeah, otherwise my dad would have to replace that turn light once again. Anyways, onto the side of the car, we also have the hubcaps, and also these were the hubcaps previously, right before the car was droopy back then, and that's what my family used to have back a couple of years ago. And then going to the back side, where it says the word Century on the back, where it did not come off at all, and when it got in the crash it stayed on there. And then also on the other side, and yeah, then going on the other side of the car where it previously said Century, that's when it really came off. And then also these panels on the back of the Buick Century have been ripped off previously. And also on the back next to the door, where it used to say Buick, or the Buick's logo, and also on the other side of the car, where it was upside down. When this car was brand new back in 1995, that's what it used to look like, where the Buick logo was upside down, and where the shields were pointing up instead of down. And then also we're going to the back side of the car of what it used to look like right before it got in the crash, and it got all droopy, where it says Buick on there. That didn't come off either. And then also the lock in the middle too. And looking at the taillights, where where it used to look like in the old cars, where it had the metal things on the tail lights. And then right here is where my dad put pieces of tape, rather than either someone just kicked it or something like that, and then he had to put regular red scotch tape, or not scotch tape, duct tape on there, then, or maybe just regular clear duct tape, I mean. And then also on the back where it had a backup light, those lights were where it used to be white on the back right before it got in the accident, and or not the accident, Droopy. And also on these door handles, where the back side where it doesn't have a lock, you push it, you just pull it, and then it opens up the door. Then on this door where it has a lock on there, that's when you where you put the key in and then take the key out, and then you pull on this door, where most cars, where they used to have the door handles previously, had those type of door handles that were in silver. I'm going to show you guys another tour around the Droopy Backend 1995 Buick Century, and then we'll see what's going on. I'll show inside through the windows or something like that, and then I'll be back in a minute. So, see you in a little bit. Looking on the interior of the car, where the seats were going back, and where in the crash, where they just got broken and something like that. And also on the steering wheel, when you there's also a horn on the wheel, and then when you honk it, it's a mandolin horn. And also on the right side of the steering wheel is the gear shift, and that means whenever you put it in gear. And then on the left side of the steering wheel, where the gears are PR and D instead of manual, which is automatic, because this is an automatic car, where there are lights on the bottom, that means when you put it in drive, then the lights change, and that's what it used to look like in the back in 1995. And then on the left side of the steering wheel is a turn signal, and that little lever where you put down the steering wheel up or down to your legs. And also the windshield washer and wiper controls are on the turn signal too. And then also on the other side, where it has a door lock, and that means when you lock the door, it'll slide it to lock it. So let me show you guys. So just bear with me here. On this 95 Buick Century, right before it got in the accident, where the door lock used to look like where it slide lock, and that means when you lock it, it'll turn silver, but when it's unlocked, then it'll turn red. And to be able to open up the door, and also on doors where the buttons used to look like, where the buttons had square buttons, and then to be able to go with the windows going up and down, and also to be able to lock the door with that. And nowadays on on 2000s Buicks where it has the lock and unlock button, then you push it down, then and then on the back doors of the 95 Buick Century where you roll up the window and then it goes on the side instead of on the little piece of plastic where you rest your hand on, then you really put the window up or down. Alright, and also looking more on the interior of the car, where the handle is on the inside. That means when you put your hand through, then you really hold on to it. And also there's always a car or 1990s Buick Centuries like this, and yeah, they don't make these anymore, but you can still buy them for sale. And then also on the back doors where you always do that, and then you close it up when you're inside the car. And then also on the rest of the interior, going on the other side, is where on the left side of the steering wheel under the gear shift where the silver keyhole was of what it used to like back in like the 1970s, I think. And then over and way in the middle where it has the aftermarket radio, and it's always a Sony aftermarket radio where you play music and something like that. And then also the air conditioner and also the ashtray just broke right about there. There we go. There's my finger. And also on the right side is the old glove compartment, and it says Buick Century above the glove compartment, and between the Buick Century wooden thing where it says Buick Century, where it has those air conditioners, that means when you flip it up on, then it goes on, and then you get cooled off or warmed up every summer or winter or whatever. And then also and moving on to the passenger side mirror, it says objects in mirror are closer than they appear. The reason why it always says this text, that means when a car goes by, then you can't open your door because it'll break the door apart, and then yeah, all that kind of stuff. But that's the passenger side mirror, by the way. Moving on to the antenna, where it used to look like on older cars, where the antenna connects to the body of the car, that goes all the way up, and then it has a little bit of a ball in there, or a circle in there, whatever it's called. Then moving on to the windshield wipers, that means on the old silver lever where the turn signal is, then you make them go up and down and up and down, and then also the sprinklers and something like that. So when you use the window washer inside the interior of the car, then it really washes up the windows, just in case your windows get all dirty and something like that. I'm gonna give you guys another tour of some of the other things I've got going on, and then that'll probably be it. Also, another thing is the old 83 Ford F-150. That means when my dad was trying to fix the flywheel under the truck, which could not bend all the way back to its normal, or where it was previously, then he could not fix it, and of course he decided to give up the truck and take some other vehicle. And looking on the interior of the truck, where on the old silver key ignition, where it used to look like back in the 80s and up. And there's the old glove compartment down there, and also the old antenna right there on the right side of the truck. And then also, if we go on the other side, those hubcaps are missing, and on the other side is where the hubcaps are there. On the interior is where it has the old radio and also the old speedometer, and the number 55 has a circle around it, because if you go past 55, then it'd be really dangerous. And there's the odometer that's to 12,500 or 125,739 miles on it. And then that is almost 125,740 miles on it. And my family really likes the old truck. We're probably gonna keep it, and well, have time and money to to be able to get it running, and to be able to have the time and money to sell it to the junkyard. We may or may not sell it to the junkyard. I'm not sure yet, but we're gonna see what happens. And also on the back of the 83 Ford F-150, there's the missing license plate. Yeah, my dad took that off like a year ago, so like in 2021, where there was a B, where he was gonna be selling it to a new owner, or maybe just sell it to the junkyard. And there's the old stickers on the bumper. Yeah. There's the extra tire in the back, too. And then we'll finish up this video when I go back to the Buick Century. Anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. If you did, please consider leaving a like and maybe subscribing, and maybe by then I'll be able to go somewhere to be able to review more cars, and to be able to show of what was like Mercedes-Benz and is what I like, and also Hondas, and maybe even some other cars as well. Anyways, see you in the next video.